Since the House Republicans' budget will not include funds for the healthcare law and the CR will not include funds for the healthcare law, do you think Senate Democrats will shut down the government to force Republicans to fund the healthcare law?
That's a great question. That's a question to ask them, obviously. What we want to do is make certain that the American people understand and appreciate that we're putting every single ounce of energy we can into being certain that this law doesn't come to pass in terms of activity on the American people. As a physician, I can tell you that it's destructive to the quality of health care, that it limits accessibility to health care, and that it increases costs for virtually every single American out there. So it's incumbent upon us to be responsible and represent our constituents and make certain that it doesn't get enacted.
Are you personally committed to defunding the health care law, even if the Senate pushes the appropriations bills back to the House, continuously defunding the law?
I'm committed to doing everything we can to make certain that the destructive aspects of the bill, which are virtually the entire thing, never come to pass on the American people. Whether that means defunding, whether that means repealing portions of it or the entire thing, whether that means assisting and working with friends of the court with amicus briefs to make certain that our voice is heard in the court challenges, and putting forward positive alternatives to make certain that people know that there are wonderful solutions to the challenges we face in health care that don't require putting the government in charge.
The federal judge in Florida who ruled the healthcare law unconstitutional said in his declaratory ruling that ruling the healthcare law unconstitutional is the functional equivalent to an injunction. Given that, do you think that the Obama administration should stop implementing the healthcare law?
Yeah, I believe that. Obviously, that's a legal question, and the administration will have their own legal beagles out there making certain that they do what they think is the appropriate thing. But it's necessary for us to continue to fight in the court. We've asked for an expedited review by the Supreme Court so that the case that threw out the individual mandate and the entire law itself in Florida, that's heard as rapidly as possible by the Supreme Court. I'm concerned that it's going to be another year before that happens in the Supreme Court. I'd like to see it happen as soon as possible.
And what's your prediction? Will there be a government showdown, a shutdown of the government over the health care law?
Well, I think that's up to the president. If he wants to close down the government based upon an unconstitutional law, then that's his prerogative. We're not interested in shutting down the government. What we're interested in doing is solving the challenges that we face based upon fundamental principles in the area of health care and elsewhere.